What's going on, you fine people? Welcome back. Makkari's the news card to hit Marvel Snap, and she's coming with a pretty good spotlight week at that. But personally, I'm convinced you're going to be able to save your tokens this week. And on top of that, I think somebody at Second Dinner is trying to get back at their varsity coach that cut them to junior varsity, or they hate sports, because Quicksilver is awful. Speed is awful in Marvel Snap, and Makkari doesn't look that much better. But it is a card that can play itself for free. You don't have to do anything. It's got to be okay, right? We're going to dive into that today, but I'm convinced there's not a need for speed. But first, Makkari is one of the Eternals of Earth, genetically engineered from early man by Celestials. Now, just like all the other Eternals, it has all the same powers as them, but he had a focus on super speed. And I say he because it was a male for most of his life, and we'll get to that in a second. But Makkari spent most of the time helping humanity prosper in civilizations in the Golden Ages, such as ancient Egypt and Greece, and during World War II, in fact, he had many adventures under the name Hurricane. Now, yes, in history, just like Gilgamesh, he was often confused for gods like Hermes and Mercury, and in today's standards, like Tyreek Hill. Now, there's a lot of history here, but in the 21st century, after having his memories erased by the mischievous Eternal known as Sprite, Makkari was chosen by an incredible, powerful being known as the Dreaming Celestial. And there's a lot to go into there. We're not going to dive that deep, but he was chosen to be the Celestial single point of contact with the Eternals. Now, there's even more story, and with all that, the death of the Dreaming Celestial happened, and essentially, the Eternals found out their true purpose, and they killed themselves, and Makkari included. Now, they were resurrected, and Makkari was then resurrected as a woman. Now, she spent most of her resources trying to somehow reach this dead Celestial, and she was unsuccessful. And in the process, she also lost her speech, her hearing, and pretty much was not a happy ending. Now, looking into Marvel Snap, it's not looking much better for Makkari. She's going to be a 3-cost 4-power card with the ability at the end of the turn, Makkari will run from your hand to a random location. Not play, just simply run there, which means that, she can access hard-to-reach locations, and no matter what, at the end of the turn, she will run to one if possible. Now, we're going to get right to the chase and just jump right to the star ratings, and we start with the competitive tier. Now, I played a good amount of games with the card, and I gotta say, it's cool to have a card play itself. You don't have to do much around it, but at the end of the day, it is a card that is in your deck, and that's one less card that you have access to, and all she does once she plays herself is nothing. She's just the pure 4 power, which is a little bit below the average stat line. Now, in theory, it did work pretty nicely if she was in my opening hand or maybe turn 2, but after that, there were some awkward play lines with her, and again, it just really didn't feel like she was bringing anything to the deck. She wasn't winning me games by any definition. Certainly, games were nice to have her, on the board, but because of this, it's very hard outside of a couple niche decks to give her much more than like a 1.5. I think that might even be generous somehow, and she's just not going to be the most competitive card in the game unless they continue to refine her kit. Now, that being said, it's day 1. There might be decks that work out there. We can give it time, but I don't see her really blossoming all that much. Now, when it comes to the fun factor, I don't think it's that fun. I mean, she does play herself. That's cool and all, but really, there's no interactivity for you, right? There's nothing that you'll be doing when you're playing Makkari outside of her just playing to a random location that a lot of the times will dictate some of your game plan. Again, I'm going to give her like a 1.5 star here. Just don't find her that fun of a card personally, but of course, this is subjective. Now, flexibility, I'll go and say, why not? She's like a 4 or 5, right? She could be played in virtually any deck. Doesn't really matter. She doesn't need direct synergy. So that is kind of like her best thing going for her. She's not going to be in decks like Ramp, of course, but she's flexible if that's what you want to go for. And then lastly, the adjustment factor. They already increased her power by 1. Maybe they'll do that again. I actually think she's going to have a strong chance in the future. Maybe not an immediate project for Glenn and the balance team, but I do see her getting a buff potentially to a 3-5. I don't think that's anything game-breaking, especially because she doesn't do anything really dramatic outside that stat line. So even though she's very flexible, she's not going to have a ton of synergy for the card, right? There's not a lot of other cards that you really want to have. We kind of went over some of them in the Snapchat, but of course, I kind of like things like Moon Girl. You can get 2 of them out there, and it frees up your hand space to draw after the Moon Girl, which is often a problem. You could even say things like Legion Storm. You shut down all the locations, or you make it very hard for your opponent to play, and Makkari can run to those locations, kind of like a Jeff or an addition to the deck. I also think she works with Sandman because, she's going to play herself, which is also really nice. Those are kind of like the niche uses for her. And then in some instances, of course, Silver Surfer, guys. Obviously, we're going to like her in Silver Surfer if played early, but there's just so many good cards to put in that deck, and so she isn't absolutely needed. There's not going to be a Surfer deck that's meta, and the other ones aren't if you have Makkari. Some other cheeky plays, I like Cersei because, you know, you get a free card that you can change into a 4. You got some fun decks out there. Maybe Pixie, doesn't matter if her cost has changed, things like that. But for the most part, not a lot of core synergy, but more individual deck synergy. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the deck that I wanted to play Makkari in. Now, at first, I was going to go like the meme route with Agatha, but I decided to give her a fighting shot here. And right off the bat, you guys are going to see she is flexible in her own deck. Of course she is. She does not need to be in here. However, she does help a little bit, and I did enjoy some of the gameplay with her. You know, nothing radical, but let's explain it, right? So this is the classic Legion lockdown deck, right? We're going to try to do things like storming on 4, and then you can Legion on 5, and you're going to win because you have other cards out there like White Widow putting out negative power, or Sunspot and Nebula that scale up over time. War Machine, I still think is not horrible. I love the idea of playing Storm on 3. You can do War Machine on 4 and go back into that Legion lane. If things didn't work out with Storm, you can always Quake, or you can really throw off the opponent and switch a flooding lane with Quake. A lot of cool, cheeky plays there. Makkari's great because if she plays herself early, you can storm that lane for the advantage. Or, you know, if everything's flooded up, she is going to play herself anyway, and then you get the added boosted power. When I talked about it on the Snapchat, this was my favorite place for her. We have Negasonic to also work with priority. You always want priority with Negasonic, and Makkari playing herself early gives you a good shot at that. Either that, or if you shut down a lane early with Storm, Negasonic is a great way to play some defense. And then we've got things like Blink and Infinite. Now, War Machine on 5 is kind of our last-ditch effort. If everything didn't go perfect, we can play Infinite on turn 6 for free. And then we have other really cool options here. Blink is going to help us go into this Infinite a ton, or it can help us with the Storm into Legion, or play one of our cheap cards and then play Blink to get Legion or Infinite as well. You can throw Hope Summers in this package. You can throw a couple of movement cards. This deck build, though, felt great. I actually really like this deck, guys. Just Makkari isn't the reason for it. She definitely didn't feel like worthless in it, if I could give her the best compliment possible. And overall, maybe I'm being a little harsh on her, right? But I just don't see her evolving well. I would rather be safe and rate her low than give her some type of a high rating now. But you definitely get the use out of her here. You definitely get the use. There's some flexible options that you guys can change out. Really just look for good value cards early. Things like Lizard, right? Something to shut them down potentially. Tech cards like Red Guardian. And then your closers. Now, before Infinite, I had Dr. Doom, I had Leader. More control is what I leaned into. I love the Infinite and Blink play. Just more consistency overall. And Makkari never felt bad to draw for the most part. But that being said, you guys going to see it yourself. Got some fun ones, as always, with Legion Lockdown. Let's hop into the matches. Alrighty, Raft, Nebula. Okay, we got some cool stuff to work with. We have Makkari, too. Should we just chance it? Let's play Neb left and see if Makkari wants to make me feel bad for giving her a bad star rating. If she goes left, what a superstar. Yes! Brilliant. Freaking A. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. Let's go Jeff as well. We're going to snap right into this. Why not? Dazzler? So both these are really good locations if he does Ultron, which I would assume he probably will kind of here. We're going to go... so many decisions. We're going to go Storm here. Okay, so that we get the fill up. And then we can always play like maybe, you know, Legion, whatever. Oh, we get the Infinite as well.
Wind,
hello?
aid my hand.
War Machine would be massive. All right, he's playing Zoo. Oh my gosh. There's so much we can do. Do we just play nothing here? And then we get 2 Infinites if this doesn't go. I kind of love this idea. Okay, so we're going to go... We're going to play nothing. We're going to play nothing this turn. We're going to play Blink to change Storm into Infinite or War Machine. We might top deck one of those. We're going to play our Infinite for free right now. And then we'll figure it out from there. Mockingbird. Ant-Man. Iceman. On to Quake. Okay.
Hello! Hello!
Okay, so we got the War Machine. So no matter what, this is just a crack play. Oh, he's going to regret the hell out of that. This is a crack play. This is a crack play. This is the most free cubes we've ever gotten. Cool. Okay, so we're going to blink now. I'm pretty sure this is just perfect. We're going to blink now, get an infinite left side. That's going to put us way over the top. Blue Marvel. He is making it difficult. I will give him that. He's making it difficult, but the Nebula is what helps a ton. Whoa, bam!
Can you understand me?
2 infinites. This guy just crapped his pants. He's like, wait a second. That was not a part of the game plan, sir. What are you doing? What are you doing? We can Legion here because we're winning this location. We're bound to win this location. I think this is fine. Although the Dazzler goes up a little bit, so maybe we want the safety gate. A little bit worried about a potential, like, random Shang-Chi, but he's playing it out. He is playing it out. Okay, here we go. Baxter building. Baxter building. Squirrels. Gilgi. Dude, look how big Gilgamesh can get now. Absolutely wild.
Victory.
We needed this little bit of location to win this little bit. We played the perfect play. All right, we got Sunspot, Nebula, Legion. Let's go Nebula right side. We're going to go this left side. Ooh, Deadpool Gamer. All right, Destroy we should be okay with, especially with what we are working with here. We got the Storm. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. We like this a lot. So we're going to Negasonic next turn. Yeah. This is awesome. Negasonic doesn't help us too much with the Destroy card, but we're going to be okay. I might even float. So let's see what we grab here, though. Makkari's awesome. We're not going to Storm now. Let's go Negasonic middle. Do I snap now? We're going to snap now because he got the Hulkbuster off on Deadpool, and he's going to want to do it, right? Like, so we're going to at least be able to go to that turn. Negasonic does help him in some cases. But we have 2 cards that are floating energy. Like, we're doing exactly what this deck does well.
I definitely
Makkari going mid or left is best. Right is worst. So naturally, Makkari wants to just make sure she's a 1-star card. And now we're going to play Storm. We play Storm now. I think Storm probably left side is my favorite. I think this was like one of my favorite metas that hit Snap because people had no idea what to do. And it was awesome. I think it was what, like last July, kind of a year from now almost, which is wild to think.
Wind, aid my hand.
There, we play Storm. He has a 16 power Deadpool,
Definitely need to change
which
my
is
underwear.
scary. Don't get me wrong. Carnage all by itself. All right, so dude, he'd have to play this perfectly, and I just don't think he's gonna see it coming. We should be a-okay, guys. We should be a-okay because we're gonna be able to have our Nebula gain power. If he splits this up, I don't know, somehow miraculously perfectly, then we might be in a little trouble. He might play right lane kind of heavy. He does have a big Deadpool, but I'm wondering if he gets greedy and tries to Venom it, and then he only can win 1 lane. Oh, he plays 3 cards down? Holy smokes. Okay, so he does... Oh, boy. Okay, 2, we win that lane. Okay.
Enough said.
No way. Okay. Hey, we could have lost that. We could have lost that pretty easily, too, man. That would have been horrible. Well, I guess, okay, if you take away that 4, we float 5, that would have gone to 18, 21. We would have tied left side. Okay, so maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought. Does he have a Jeff? Maybe. Let's just play here to be safe. He's out of there. We got a 2.
Victory.
We got a 2. That is the con of the deck, right? Like, they're going to retreat when they can't win. All right, so we've got the White Widow opening Legion War Machine Negasonic. Okay, Scott Lang, middle. Jotunheim is interesting to ruin a lot. Gets a freaking Castle Blackstone with the 1 card. Insanity. We know this won't do much, but I don't hate it either. Or even left side is a guaranteed win over there. We give him more Castle Blackstone, though. We don't want to do that. I think we go here. I think this is as diabolical as you can go. Because we play this down, we're going to snap. We play this down, we swap that, we do double Jotunheims over there. He's in crutches, has no idea what to do. And then we're going to win this just by defense this time around. Jeff. Oh, I love Quake. Okay. Just this location can't screw me and we're good. Yeah, that's fine. So we're on turn 3 now. We're going to play more defense. Oh, it's only a Nico. Oh. Horrible Negasonic play. We do have War Machine that we can add to top deck, which we don't hate. Could also play here, and if we win this, we could play the Infinite here. And then probably just win outright. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we're so good. We're looking fantastic because we're about to... Dude, can you imagine if this hits... I don't want Makkari. Oh, my God. Okay, can you imagine? If this goes to Makkari, it's so great. Or Jeff is cool, too. But, my God. What a cool... He's going to retreat before we can even do it, probably. This is such a cool play line. What the hell?
Hello.
Hello.
So happy.
Hello. Come on. Be Makkari. Do it for the video. Alright, he White Widows us. Tragic. We're fine. Come on, Makkari! Oh, it's a 1-cost card, though. We don't hate that. Still, would have been epic. And he's out. Yeah, like, he ran.
Victory.
Man, how cool would that would have been if that was Makkari. Okay, we got the 1s. We got the 2s. The 2s and the 1s. Let's go Nebula right side here. Nova Gamer. Which sucks because we know Killmonger is going to come out. So we're a little scared for our Nebula, who's not going to make it long. White Widow, interesting. Kind of makes some play over here to the left where I don't think he wants to. So we could do that. Well, that sucks. So he's going to carnage that probably. Savage Land. And we do have our Storm now, too. Let's go Storm middle.
Wind, aid my hand.
Okay. I think we're okay with that. We're gonna play this now. We have a lot of different options of things that we can do here. Shuri. It's quite the deck, man. What am I looking at here? I'm pretty sure Blink wins it for us. All right, we're going to play Blink here. Get the extra power. He's going to put a lot of power here. We should have snapped, by the way. I'm an idiot. This could be Infinite. No, it's Negasonic. We block... we block the Hobgoblin. I would safe to say this guy is not... He's done, probably. Yeah, he's probably out of here. Okay, great.
Victory.
That's a rough one. Panda Man. Panda Man. All right, we got Sunspot, White, and Infinite. Let's go left side Sunspot. That's fine. Xandar. Okay, let's White Widow. Probably right side. Left side I don't mind, but because of this power difference, we're not going to do that. Hasn't played anything 2 turns in a row. We love to see it. Aunt May's. Should we just storm now? I think so. We're storming now. We're snapping now.
Wind, aid my hand.
Ooh. We got a Hella Gamer. Hella Gamer coming at you. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to go War Machine here. And we can blink that. We can do a lot of different things there. We're going to definitely War Machine there, though. He brings back the blade that gets rid of the armor. What? Oh, this is awesome. All right, so we didn't get Legion. That's perfect. So if we play here, it's GG. Yeah, GG no matter what. This is game in. He could play Hela now if he played the Hela early, but I still think we're going to be okay. Let's see what happens. It's Lady Sif. Not it. Just hoping for that good old classic turn 6 Hela. And you're not going to be able to play. This is where I love the blink into the Legion combo here. Just beautiful. And they're gone.
Victory.
There you go. That could have been a Hela in the middle. Would have been a little risky. And by a little, I mean a good amount. Well, we had 15 power. Yeah, would have been a little tough, but it wasn't. All right, Utopia. We have both Sunspot and Nebula. We'll go with Nebula now. We do like having our 3s and 4 discounted. Don't really need to play the Storm early if we're trying to go for our Wombo combo. Mojo World, huge. And, okay, Mojo World is an instant win here with Quake. I mean, dude, we should just Storm now. We should just do it. Yep, we're going to Storm now. We're going to snap into that. Storm on Nebula. We can always Sunspot there as well next turn. We can Quake out of it. But more importantly, we are going to probably move the Mojo World.
Wind, aid my hand.
Athena, great card to scale up and move, so that's good. We have Xandar, and then we've got Negasonic. So as much as I want the Sunspot over there, we are definitely going with the Negasonic. We're going to kill whatever he plays. If that's a Kitty Pryde and Angela, I really don't care. We're going to kill it. If he doesn't add to that lane, I'm a little nervous. Okay, he does. It's Nebula. No, it's not. And U.S. Agent. All right, so left side, confident. We're fine with it. We're going to be able to keep with Athena with our Nebula, Jeff, all the other shenanigans. We can play Jeff there, and we're going to play Sunspot here. Jean Grey. Heyo, look at, we got Makkari with turn 5, but we have 5 energy. This is the part of the problem. But we can't float the Sunspot, so I guess that's kind of cool. So if we play Quake here, it'll switch Flooded in Mojo World with 1 turn left to play. Nah. If we play her... do we just float the whole thing here? I'm good with it. We're just going to float the whole thing to Sunspot. Okay. Legion. We're kind of screwed either way if you look at all of this. Like, because of this Cosmo, man. Like, this hurts us tremendously. This is annoying. I do think that... And this, I guess, is our best play. Put 2 on Mojo World to defend that. We have decent stuff here. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it, but I think we are going to be A-okay. Let's see if we can prevail, guys. Ant-Man. Claw. He nuked his own claw to win the right side. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Not bad. I guess he was thinking I wouldn't have anything here. The Cosmo did hurt us, though. That kind of delayed some of our plans. Would have won it comfy without it, but either way, Makkari for the literal win that time.